all people deserve human rights. The freedom of expression, the freedom of belief in their faith, and the freedom to pursue happiness. In America, we are able to pursue all of these freedoms. But across the sea in China, there's billions of citizens are not able to pursue these freedoms because of their government, the Chinese Communist Party. The same party, to this day, continues to oppress their people. From 1949 to 1991, 102,671,000 people have lost their lives from their actions. From famine and their ignorance to murder. And the Chinese Communist Party continues to perpetuate these campaigns of oppression throughout all of China. From the Uyghurs in Xinjiang to all their billions of citizens and their 800 million users on the internet, they repress and control all of their freedoms. The Uyghurs are a Turkic Muslim minority in Xinjiang, the farthern westernmost region of China. To this day, over 1 million of them have been detained in re-education camps. They're internment camps. For the reasons of 3 baseless evils the Chinese Communist Party uses. The evils of ethnic separation from the Uyghurs and the ethnic majority Han. From the evil of religious extremism because of their belief in Islam, and the belief of terrorism because of their religion in Islam. In a Department of State report in 2020, it states that the CCP is perpetuating a sustained campaign of forced sterilization, forced abortion, and including implantation of birth control. The CCP aims to control the Uyghur population and to dilute them from their homeland in Xinjiang and move an ethnic majority Han to increase their control over the region. But why Xinjiang? Why these people? Not only are they oppressing them, torturing them, raping them, according to the Department of State report, they are using them as forced labor to export products throughout the entire world. According to the Uyghur Human Rights Abuses Project, 1 out of 5 cotton garment products in this world have been tampered with or originate from Xinjiang. Slave labor. That is what they're using. In the same Department of State report in 2020, the government expanded this campaign of forced labor through the transfer of almost 80,000 detainees to as many as 14 provinces in China in the 2019 reporting period. Private companies use the slave labor, forced labor, to make products that export these products. China is a major influence in the world. Billions of people, a strong government, and a strong global presence. They are on the UN Security Council, and they continue to perpetuate these campaigns and enact countless of human rights abuses. But not only in Xinjiang, not only against ethnic minorities, but throughout their entire country, through their billions of citizens, through their 800 million internet users. In America, we have the freedom of speech. We can say what we want. And we can expect for people to listen and the government not to go on our tail. But in China, you can't even say Winnie the Pooh because the Chinese government will arrest you for it arbitrarily because it references their dear leader, Xi Jinping. Arbitrary arrest, the use of fear in their citizens is what keeps the Chinese Communist Party in control. The CCP, according to the Department of State report in 2020 about the Chinese human rights abuses, the PRC, the People's Republic of China, controls all domestic news reporting through the direct ownership of news outlets. Daily CCP directives compel Chinese media to report on specific issues and perspectives, ensuring that only information matching the government's desired narrative is shared. They control what comes in and comes out of all of their citizens' mouths. Every single one of them. And what keeps them from doing this is their power of arbitrary arrest. Their power to use vague implications of treason to arrest anyone they like, from lawyers to human rights activists, intellectuals, religious leaders, religious followers. in the same Department of State report, the CCP has absolute control over all law enforcement and the judicial system, and both to stifle calls from Chinese citizens for freedom, human rights, and the rule of law. In China, there is no due process. The citizens are treated unfairly. The rights stripped away from them to keep the Chinese Communist Party in control. And the same party is still a major influence in this world. That influence should be good. Their influence is that of denying these crimes against humanity, denying the crimes against their own citizens and their own repression against their own peoples. Now, what can we do about this? Well, we need to keep pressure on China. China continues to deny these crimes and accusations towards them. We need to keep the pressure on them. They continue to export goods using slave labor throughout their country. We need to contact our congressmen, and we need to let China know that we, in America, a symbol of democracy, will not tolerate slave labor and the continuous human rights abuses of people, of humans with their own lives. Thank you.